Thank you, Presiding Officer. To ask the Scottish Government what discussions the Economy Secretary has had with ministerial colleagues regarding any economic impact of delaying the full dualling of the A96 in light of the Moray and Inverness Chambers of Commerce calling for the road to be dualled in full and raising concerns that delays to delivering this are constraining economic growth in the area.
Minister Tom Arthur.
The Scottish Government fully recognises the crucial role transport infrastructure has in supporting sustainable economic growth and access to essential services. In terms of the A96, the Government's position has not changed. We remain in favour of full dualling of the A96 and we are progressing the dualling process from Inverness to Nairn, including Nairn bypass. Feedback received from the consultation on the draft outcomes of the A96 corridor review, including from Moray and Inverness Chambers of Commerce, will be key in helping inform our final decision on how best to take forward improvements to the A96.
Douglas Ross.
Sorry, the Deputy First Minister herself couldn't answer this question because it was framed in such a way to elicit a response from almost the very top of government. But can I ask the Minister if he agrees with the two Chambers of Commerce who say in their letter that the lack of progress on this vital project is causing increasing frustration and economic constraint, and also the lost decade of inactivity has stifled the potential for economic growth? Does he agree with those comments from Moray and Inverness Chambers of Commerce? And can he tell us how many people have responded to the most recent consultation on the A96 corridor review, and when will we hear the Scottish Government's response to that?
Minister.
Last question. The total number of responses is just over 1,400. It is now under active consideration by Transport Scotland, and the Cabinet Secretary will, of course, update the Parliament at the conclusion of that process. I would want to reassure the member, and indeed Inverness and Moray Chamber of Commerce, that I very much recognise the significant and crucial role that transport infrastructure links play in ensuring economic development. And it is something that I think we are all united in the Chamber in recognising that. And as I say to the member, I am happy to continue to engage constructively with our Chambers of Commerce on these issues, as I have been engaging with other Chambers of Commerce elsewhere in Scotland on the transport infrastructure issue. And I can assure the member that, and the Chambers of Commerce, that this has the full attention of the Government.
And brief supplementary, Fergus Hugh.
Given the serial breaches to dual the A96 by 2030, and the fact that the A96 connects Aberdeen, the capital of European capital of renewable energy, with the Highlands, the powerhouse for renewable energy, the #1 priority for the Government, why should the Highlands be expected to deliver all this with a goat track connecting these two areas? And does the Minister agree with me that it's simply impossible to defend the failure of the Scottish Government to implement its policies promised in every election since 2011?
Minister.
Well, I recognise the member's tenacious campaigning on this matter for his constituents and the wider region. And as I've set out in my original answer to Mr Ross, I very much recognise the significant importance of that arterial route for the economic prosperity, not just of the North East and the Highlands, but of the whole of Scotland. As a member will be well aware, we endured 14 years of austerity and an exceptionally turbulent period, which has impacted upon the delivery of a number of infrastructure projects. But as I set out in my original answer, the Government's position has not changed. We remain in favour of full dualling of the A96, and we are progressing the dualling process from Inverness to Nairn, including the Nairn bypass.